how I got offered this mini Kelly at Hermes in Paris. Story time. In this video, I'll be sharing exactly what I did, exactly what I bought to be offered this amazing mini Kelly in color Celeste with palladium hardware at the flagship Hermes Saint-Honoré store in Paris. And at the end of the video, I will give you a priceless tip on how to increase your chances of getting a quota bag or a mini Kelly or any bag you want in Paris. So make sure to watch till the end. Hi Hermes lovers, my name is Tania and I love Hermes. And I have a love-hate relationship with Hermes in Paris. I did manage to get this bag and I had a few successes there afterwards. But not always was I able to get bags. A lot of times I did have appointments but was not able to get bags. So over the last few years, I have had a bit of a journey at Hermes in Paris with both successes and failures. And if you want to learn from my successes and failures, check out my Hermes Paris roadmap linked below. This is a guide that I made for all of you of how to increase your chances at being offered a bag, all of the secrets, and how I managed to save thousands of dollars by buying this exact bag in Paris and many others versus buying them in the United States. All of that info and much more in my US Paris roadmap tagged below. Now moving on to our video, I have already made a video of how I got this bag, but that was more than a year ago and some of you are new here, so I'm going to be resharing the story again and giving more tips that I have learned along the way because I have been to Paris many times since I actually purchased this bag. And again, I don't sugarcoat my own journey. I have had a lot of mistakes and successes and no one really taught me like I am teaching you. So I wish that I had my US roadmap prior to me going to Paris. It would have saved me a lot of time and money, but I didn't. So I learned through trial and error. So my very first experience at Hermes in Paris, my first time to Hermes in Paris, it was March 2022. So it was 2 years ago, first time, brand new, zero French purchase history. I go in on a Saturday afternoon, probably like the worst time that you can go to an Hermes in Paris. I went on a Saturday afternoon at like 4 p.m. Okay, keep in mind, I think the store closes at 6 or tops 7. I didn't know that. I went and I was greeted by beautiful sales associates at the beginning, and then they were like, bonjour, what are you looking for? And I was like, I am looking for everything. I want to buy so much. And I gave this gorgeous lady my full list of what I'm looking for. I was looking for ready to wear, I was looking for a blanket, and then I was looking for like shoes. I don't even remember, like I was looking for a bunch of stuff. So this gorgeous lady that now I think is like a hostess introduces me to my Hermes sales associate and she's like, please help this lady, she's looking for a bunch of things. So we get chatting with my sales associate and she's immediately like, do you want champagne? And I think that we already had a little bit of wine to this point and we're like, sure. So she brings in champagne, which by the way, I learned like afterwards, my sales associate would always encourage me to drink champagne. Like even if it's like 10 in the morning, she'll be like, champagne. And I'll be like, no, like maybe some water and coffee. She's like, I'll bring you coffee, but I'll also bring you champagne. So anyways, she loves giving me champagne. But at that point, I kind of like told her what I was looking for and she showed me what they had available. I think that we were there from like 4 p.m. till like maybe 6:30 or something like that. So it was a while. I did end up buying the Avalon blanket, the Hermes Twiline cardigan. It was so beautiful. Oh my God, I still remember. And I think I also ended up getting a pair of Oasis sandals. So we had a lot of fun. We were making jokes, we were drinking champagne, but the store was so crowded and honestly, like that was a mistake number one, like just going there on a Saturday and then a Saturday like afternoon, just probably like one of the worst things I could have done. I did, but I didn't know any better. So we check out and then obviously I asked for bags. I was like, I would love to get a bag. And my sales associate tells me that they don't have any bags, which, you know, I kind of like was expecting to happen. I didn't have an appointment. I think that at that point I already knew that like I needed to play the lottery to get the appointment, but that's all I knew, you know? All you hear from like the general Hermes community on TikTok and on Instagram, you're like, yeah, go to Paris, you know, you need an appointment, ask for cancellations and things like that. So that's exactly what I did, but honestly, like it didn't get me anywhere with bags, if you know what I mean. She's like, definitely not going to be possible to get a bag today. She gives me her card, and then I'm a little bit sad, I'm not going to lie, because I was like sort of hoping that I would walk in and Hermes would be like, here's your dream bag. That didn't happen. Obviously, now that I'm thinking about it, but a girl can dream, right? And if you've been to Paris already, you know that Hermes, the flagship store, FSH, or, you know, Faubourg Saint-Honoré, it's closed on Sundays, usually. Sometimes they open like a few Sundays during the holiday season by like appointment only, but it was closed, and also I was brand new. Nobody was going to invite me for a VIP experience. I knew that. So the entire Sunday, I'm like, I want an Hermes bag, I want an Hermes bag, I want this bag. So on Monday, I went back early in the morning. I went to have like a really nice breakfast at Hotel Coast, and I was like, I really need to pump myself, like, and I got dressed into something I loved. I was feeling good, and I was like, you know, again, I was like, I'm going to get a bag. I walk into Hermes as soon as it opens, and there's like 1,500 people that walk with me. I'm joking, but like maybe 30 people immediately go to the leather desk once the Hermes store opens, and they're like, are there cancellations? Are there anything, you know, like, can I get a bag? Like, can I get an appointment? Have there been any cancellations? And they're like, no, 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 no. So I also, back then, I didn't know how to get around that. And I was like, oh my God, this is so like discouraging, you know? I was so sad. But then I remember it was my turn. Like when you walk into Hermes, you also line up to go to talk to the hostess, and it was my turn. And I come in and I was like, maybe, just maybe, I'm going to get a bag. And then I'm like, hi, do you have any cancellations for appointments for today? And the hostess goes like, no. And I'm like, great. And that was it. So I was like, okay, how do I keep it going? And I was like, can I please go see my sales associate? So the hostess connects me to the sales associate, and they talk, right? I'm wearing my Kelly 25, this bag with like, again, a fire outfit, or I thought it was a fire outfit. It was actually perfect mob wife aesthetics. I was wearing Chanel combat boots, I was wearing leather pants, and I was wearing like almost like a cashmere poncho with like fur, and then this bag, it was like the perfect mob wife aesthetic. And then I had like this Laura Piana gloves with fur, like, I don't know, I'm not sure that I would wear this right now, but back then I thought, I was like, oh my God, like this is it. So I can see that my sales associate and this lady are having like a heated conversation, and I'm like, I'm going to help. I don't know if I actually helped myself or not. And I was like, I'm an Hermes client, I love Hermes, like all of these things, I would love to have a bag. And then the lady from the bag department leaves, and then it's just me and my essay. And then another essay joins at this point, who was, by the way, absolutely amazing. Like, I still remember the name of that essay, even though it wasn't my essay, like it was an instant connection, which is why I always tell you to not get any like introductions to essays and just go and see with whom you click, because I like clicked with that person like this, like instantly. It was an instant click. And then like my essay comes to me and she's like, okay, let's see what we can do. Tell me what you want. And I gave her my wish list, and I'm going to reiterate my wish list to you. So maybe you can take a tip of how to give a wish list. I've made a few videos on how to give wish list, but maybe this could teach you as well. So I said that I would either love a Kelly 25 or a mini Kelly in red or light blue. I didn't want anything navy because I already had my Birkin, and or I also wanted a Birkin 30 gold on gold. And then I was like, you know what, like a mini Kelly would be a dream, because at that point I did not own any mini Kelly. Like I was like, yeah, I don't have any mini Kellys, like I would love to have one. So my essay goes and leaves for an eternity, together with the other essay that sort of joined the conversation. Like I'm telling you, like it took a village. Like it wasn't just me getting the bag with like someone. No, it was like a lot of people. So they go and then they come back. And in the meanwhile, while they went, I hear everyone around me, like so many people that are like, can I get a Birkin? Can I get a Kelly? I want a mini Kelly. I want a mini Kelly. I want a mini Kelly. And they're like, no, sorry, we don't have any. No, we don't have any right now. And they usually give you like some sort of an excuse like, oh yeah, there's fashion week, or like, you know, we just don't have any. Like, and I was like, it's not going to be a mini Kelly, like, because I literally hear it as I'm walking around the store where I'm waiting, like the area. I hear that. I hear all of the rejections. I hear the essays are saying, we don't have any bags today. And I was like, ugh. And then I see my essay with the other essay coming back with the box. If you've been on social media or if you own mini Kellys, you know the box when you see one. And I almost immediately start crying. Like, we're not even in the private room yet. I was like, oh my God. And they're like, you haven't even seen the bag yet. Like, it's like literally the box is like, the box lid is still on. Like, it could have been, I don't know, another. And I was like, oh, you know, I so wanted a mini Kelly. And they were like, okay, follow me. We cannot do the unboxing here, like obviously because everybody was asking for a mini Kelly. So I go into the private room and then they unbox this most gorgeous bag in Celeste, and they're like, well, it's not a blue broom, but it is Celeste. Oh, actually, I also gave Cray on my wish list, and they were like, we checked for Cray first, we couldn't find anything, but we found this Celeste mini Kelly. And I was like, oh my God, this is gorgeous. And my husband has a sports car that is exactly the same color, and I was like, I can't believe it, it's the same color. So yeah, it was absolutely incredible feeling. I was like started crying, and then the other essay was like, we'll give you the mini Twilly. Like, that was the only like 2 months in Europe, in Paris, that I saw Hermes making the mini Twilly for the mini Kelly, so I got it. And since then, like, I have not seen the mini Twilly like anywhere. As well as I got the strap. You always ask me where the strap is from, but it's from Hermes. I just haven't seen it. I've only seen it in Paris that season, and I have not seen it like literally at any other Hermes. And I go to a lot of Hermes stores, trust me. Yeah, it's definitely a success story. It was my first success story in Paris. After that, I had a few failures. I learned from them, and you know, it's not easy getting Hermes bags in Paris, and it's becoming harder and harder. I do think that this year is going to be the hardest year for Hermes bags in Paris, but it's still possible. Again, my Paris roadmap is linked below. It is designed to help you and shift your odds into getting an Hermes bag in Paris. So many of you have scored bags because of my roadmap. I always love hearing your success stories. Always message me on Instagram, send me a photo of your scores. Like, it warms my heart that my knowledge and my experience can actually help you get your dream Hermes bags. And here's a tip that I'm going to give you of how to increase your odds at getting your dream bag in Paris. That is controversial to what you're hearing on social media, Instagram, TikTok, etc. So when you go to Hermes in Paris, ask for the bag. Don't ask for the appointment. Don't ask for the cancellations. Ask for the bag. So ask like, I would love to get a Birkin, or I would love to get an Hermes bag, instead of I would like to get an appointment to get Hermes bags. So if I had to give you one piece of advice, it would be that, because I know that it's a slight change of language, but for an Hermes appointment nowadays, it doesn't guarantee you a bag, but but you know, asking for a bag actually increases your chances of getting a bag and not getting an appointment to only later learn that you're not getting the bag, if you know what I mean. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for your weekly dose of Hermes, and also follow me on Instagram because I do weekly Q&A on my stories. And then I also do Hermes countries, where we talk about how Hermes works in many different countries, and all of that is on my stories. As always, with love.